Hello members, I'm teacher Peter Okware, a Mandela Washington alumni from Uganda East Africa, and in this video I've shared some of the things that all members that are applying need to know. I also thank my colleagues like Tanaka and the rest that shared their opinions. And don't forget to subscribe to Teachers TV Africa and also share your question. Thank you.
Welcome to Teachers TV Africa. I'm Okware Peter, and today I'm going to take you through some of the principles or guidelines that you have to know before applying for the Mandela Washington Fellowship 2022, or even those ones who will see it for the other fellowships. I'm a Mandela Washington alumni 2021, and before I take you through the application, a brief background. I first applied in 2017, but I wasn't successful, meaning I was not selected. But it simply means that I had started. And what do I have to tell any member who is going to apply on the African continent? That to be a star, you have to start. It doesn't necessarily mean that you might apply and be taken the first time, which is very also possible. You can apply and be taken through in the first place. But if you are not taken, don't lose hope. There's still plenty, there are other opportunities, and time is still there. So it simply gives you more experience on how to apply, and at least have a better application that will enable you go through during your second application. There are members who have applied thrice and they are taken through, or they went through during their third application time. So kindly use this as an opportunity. It's an adventure, and it is whereby you will enable the world to understand what are you doing. So many people around you may not understand what you're doing, but Mandela Washington Fellowship is a platform that enables you to understand that enables you or the world to understand what you're doing. And above all, if you also look at this Teachers TV Africa, it was an initiative that we developed from the Mandela Washington Fellowship. We picked the idea from there. So there are so many things that you can learn from the fellowship. So also subscribe to our channel to continue learning other educational and important things. Now to start with, welcome to the board, the Mandela Washington Fellowship, and these are some of the things that you need to know before applying. And one of the things is we should ask ourselves the who and the why. And what is the who? Who is organizing the fellowship? One thing which I would tell you, that the Mandela Washington Fellowship is the most prestigious fellowship in the whole world. And it is the most prestigious and the most engaging activity or learning session that you will ever attend or participate in. And who are organizing it? It is organized by the US government. And why are they organizing it? Because at the end of the day, before applying, you should ask yourself who and why. Take time after reading this, take time to go through the YALI portal or website and read more about the Mandela Washington Fellowship. And in the description link, I'll put the application link and also the YALI website so that you can read through. And in your country, respective country, you can also try to go through your government embassy on the Facebook, YouTube, and other social media channels or platforms, or even the website. That information is there for you. So who are organizing it is the Mandela Washington Fellowship. It is being organized by the US government, and it was started by President Barack Obama, basically to support the young African leaders with so many opportunities. Now, and why are they organizing it? It is being organized under the YALI, and the YALI stands from the Young African Leaders Initiative. They have a Facebook page, they have a Twitter handle, they have they also have a website that you can check for. And the main objective is empowering, developing, promising young African leaders. Yeah, this is the way how I look at it. They may have their own, but this is the way how I looked at it, and this is what I learned. Basically, it's more about empowering, developing, promising, and promoting young African leaders. And who is a leader? A leader is not a person who works in United Nations, not a president or you should be a director of an organization. No. A leader is any person who has the thirst to make change and the change that will impact lives. So you are that person whom the Mandela Washington Fellowship is looking for. And you don't need a lot of things to go in and apply. You just need the passion. Thank you. Then this is step 1. At least you have answered that. Yes. Then our step 2. Why? Why are you applying? I think this is the why. It is very important. So many people would just love to go to the US. Yes, and that's the reason why they apply. But let your application be more than just going to the US. Why are you applying? You are that leader who is building something. And at the end of the day, this is a platform that will enable you build what many people can't see. It will enable you to transform the invisible to become visible. So that one will answer the why are you applying. Then, who are you? You don't need to be that exceptional. You just need to be that young leader who is trying to make a change in your community, in your sector. And don't think that they only look at people who have ICT skills. No, they look at any person whose work or contribution, it has a very big multiplier effect. It might not be necessarily big now, but when your dream and your desire is to see that, it will have a big multiplier effect, because everything big starts small. So that is the who. So don't fear. Regardless of your status, regardless of who knows you, kindly go for it. And finally, look at the expectations. What are your expectations? May your expectation be clear from the word go in your application. May your expectation be clear. And may that expectation be beyond you. May your expectation be the expectation for the common good, transformation of life, and even bettering other people's lives. And in so doing, the more we work at developing other people's lives or bettering them, we also find ourselves becoming better, isn't it? Thank you. Then now we go to our third section. These are some of the things that you should also need to know. And basically this is more about the eligibility. Permit me to say. It is more of the eligibility. And here in the eligibility, they look at, you go in the, and read before applying, you go and read more about the eligibility. Whom are they looking at? Because you might take a lot of your time and then find out that you are not eligible. So it is very important to read and then find that you are eligible. And if you find that you are eligible, or you are not even eligible, kindly share this opportunity with those who are eligible. Be good-hearted and share it with them. So one of the things that you should put into consideration is the age. Your age should be between 25 to 35 years. But even some exceptions are made, even given to people of 22 years, based on so many factors. So even if when you're 22, 23, kindly don't fail to apply. Try it, not even try it, do it, go for it. You never know. Then accomplishments. Look at your accomplishments. Your accomplishments shouldn't be those accomplishments on media, the ones that have enabled you in awards. Anything that you are doing for your community is an accomplishment. So look at yourself and ask yourself, what are you doing for your community? What are you doing in your sector of work? What are you doing that is changing your life and has transformed the lives of others? Regardless of how much you earn, what you make, kindly look at your accomplishments. And while applying, kindly recall and try to gather all your accomplishments and put them in the backing documents. We shall be looking at the backing documents. Thank you very much. Then your vision. Your vision and your mission, they should be very clear. Your vision and your mission should be very, very clear. Have a clear vision. Why would you like to participate or apply? And why should they choose you? So they will basically look at your vision. Let me use me like an example. My vision is very clear from the beginning up to the end, is to use education as the main means to fight poverty strategically through teachers. So that has been my vision. It is what I will live for and what I will die for. So at the end of the day, what is your vision? Be clear. And even when you have started executing it, always stay true to your purpose. May you never be deviated by money and other factors. Stay clear and true to your purpose. If it is transforming education, let it be clear. Let even the readers who are going to lead your vision see that clear understanding. Let them sketch a clear picture to them. If it is in health, let it be clear. Don't talk about health here. There you talk about education. Here you're talking about maybe sanitation. Sorry, sanitation is in health. Here you're talking about maybe tourism. So kindly, if it is in health, talk about something which is in line with what you're doing and what will enable them to understand you better. Then finally, the education background. So many people fear to apply based on their education background, but this is the good thing, the best thing that I like about this fellowship. They don't look at the education background. No. Whether you're a certificate holder, you just handed in high school, as long as you are doing things that are impacting your life and impacting people's lives on a large scale, not even on a large scale, but even if when you have the dream of doing things that will impact lives, kindly go for it. So don't say that I don't have a degree, I don't have a master's degree, I wouldn't go for it. Kindly go for it. Go for it. Thank you. So education shouldn't limit you from applying. Then this is this is a very sensitive area that we should all understand before applying. Now, before applying, there are 3 tracks that we apply for. The first track, it is a track in business, leadership in business management, or leadership in business. Then the second track is leadership in public management, and the third track is leadership in civic engagement. So I would request you, before applying, take time to read what each means, what each understands. Sorry, not what each understands, but how you understand each. And at the end of the day, while applying, assume you are in education or assume you are in business, don't apply for public management. The moment you if you select a wrong track, that deviates from what you're doing, your chances of being selected become minimal. So kindly try to see that if you're in business, select business. If it is in public management, anything to deal with public management, let that be your first choice, then others come later, next. And if you're mainly in transformation, community engagement, etc., I think other people mainly they're going for civic, so it is upon you, but try to select them well. They basically, people who stand better chances of being selected, they also consider this. Your scorecard runs a lot on your track record or the track. Which one are you going in for? Thank you. And if you have any question, kindly comment it below, or I'll share you're going to find my email address or our email address. Kindly you share us an email, we shall get back to you, or you can leave your comment on the Teachers TV Africa page. We shall be sharing your views, or we shall be responding to your opinion and questions. Then finally, now we are going to the section 5 on the application. Now this is where you should also put a lot of emphasis. Before applying, first prepare yourself. And now in the application, try to be very real. Be real, meaning be honest, be specific. If you're a teacher, don't call yourself a doctor. Talk as a teacher. If you're a musician, don't call yourself a lawyer. Not simply because you copied and pasted someone's application. Be real. And the person who will be reading your application, they will basically look at that. Are you real? What are you talking about? Is it real? Is it doable? So kindly be real. And it has a very big connotation. Be understandable. May they understand you. Assume you're talking about health, and you're saying maybe in your community, girls are having an issue of maybe they lack pads, and you are being giving out pads. Kindly try to share with us which community, what is the name of the community, how many people have you supported. Yes, you might not have given a lot of pads, but have you done any lobbying? What have you done? At least be understandable. Share clear information. If you have statistics or data, kindly share them before, after, and even during. So be understandable. Give your application life, because they are seeing you in your application. So kindly be clear, and no one will hold the phone or will get a phone and ring you. Kiki. Hello, maybe Martha from East Africa or West Africa. What did you want to mean here? No. So you should be very clear and understandable. Events, use events and activities. In your application, always try to use events. You always try to use events and activities. What do I mean by events and activities? What are you doing? Try to put all those events and activities in your application. Like, I've done this is what we have done this year, however small it might be. However small it might be, kindly try to put it there. So there's one thing that I've forgotten on the accomplishments here. One thing that most people forget, like voluntary. So many of us have done a lot of voluntary work. So whenever you go for voluntary, kindly try to get a recommendation. And in this, when we look at the point of the background documents, those are some of the things that are needed. You put them there in your accomplishments. This is what I've done, however small it might be. To the world, it might be small, but to that community, it might be life. And one thing which I learned about the Mandela Washington Fellowship, they don't look at the big accomplishments. They look at unique things. What unique things are you doing in a unique way that so many people might be despising? But when you have done them, thank you. Then be honest, yes, I think it goes with the other one. Then use simple English. Don't use jargons. Don't use advanced English. Just be real. Be simple. Yes? And consistency. Now the consistency mainly comes in the area of the questions or the essay questions. Kindly stay true to your vision. If your vision is talking about maybe making change in the vocational area, stick to that. If it is talking about advocacy maybe on sexual marriage, stick to that. Be consistent. Here, don't talk about sexual marriage, or sorry, sexual harassment or human trafficking, and then in the other section, you are talking about maybe hospitality and tourism, or you are talking about something different which doesn't connect with your vision. So kind of try to be consistent from the word go to the last one. Then photos and activities. Yes, in your backing documents or the attachment, there's a file where they request for an attachment. Kind of try very hard to see that you add so many of the photos. If we have had a number of photos based on the activities that you have been conducting, kind of put them in. Put them in, share them with them, at least so that they can go through them, and at the end of the day, yes, your photos, they mainly tell us who you are. They mainly tell us what are you doing, and at the end of the day, they'll give you a better chance of being selected by the team under the Mandela Washington Fellowship. Then the backing documents, we shall talk about it again. Then recommendation. You might have done so many things, but this is what you should know. There are very many people, over 5,000 people applying for this. Not even 5,000, 50,000. Sorry, 500,000. 500,000 plus all over Africa. I don't know, right now they might even be beyond 1 million who are applying for this. So what is that standalone that will enable your application to sound? And so do whatever it takes to see that your application and your documents will be considered. Yes, it's a very stiff competition whereby it needs your determination and your total commitment to see that your application is selected. So look at the recommendations. What have you done? So whatever you have done when you have recommendations, kindly attach them in your backing documents. If there are photos, put them there. If you can get those recommendations, get them and attach them. So at the end of the day, if there are some accomplishments that you have done and they have clear write-ups or links to the website, maybe you have your YouTube or videos, kindly attach those links. Don't think that because you are known in your country, they also know you. No, try to express yourself in the best way possible that will enable them to know you and understand you better. So that's the same thing like adding the video links. Kindly do that. And let your expectation be clear to the reader. From the word go, let your expectation be clear to them. Why are you applying? And what do you want to get from them? What do you want to get from the fellowship? Because if you are clear from the word go, it gives you better chances and high chances of being selected. But if you are not clear, you're reducing your chances. So it simply means while doing your application, always consistency, as we talked about it, is key. Then the backing documents. Let me talk brief about the backing documents. Backing documents can be photos, It can be recommendations. It can be your academic documents. It can be your accomplishments. It can be your appreciation letters. It can be your recognition certificates, all those things. Get them together, put them in one file, create a PDF, attach it, and send it there. So in most cases, it will also give you more light. You might not be having videos, but if you're having all those documents, well and good. And this is the beauty of the fellowship. They don't consider videos, no. They consider your natural, you and the way how you enable them understand who you are. Thank you. Then proofreading or proofread. Proofread your documents. Proofread everything. And as you proofread them, also give it to a colleague so that they can read through, so that you might not have identified a mistake, but someone identifies it. So for you, you might be meaning something which a person who is going to read your application might not understand. But when you give it to your colleagues to read, they might understand it. Then this is it. Don't use someone's documents, like going to the alumni and then tell them, give me yours, let me first read through. Kindly create your own natural documents. Create your own natural application. I've been approached by so many people who say, Peter, kindly send me your documents so that I can read through. I tell them, no, that's not good. Read, make your own. Be you. Because if you read mine, you never know. Maybe the reason why they picked me might not be the reason why they are going to pick you. So maybe they picked me because of that reason for that time, and by this time when it's not valid. So kindly be you. And also look at the pandemic. You have been in the pandemic. How has the pandemic enabled you to think without the box? So those are some of the things that you should try to say, this is it. Example, let me give you a live example, like Teachers in Need. We have been training teachers all over the country in Uganda. And we have our Facebook page of Teachers in Need. We have our YouTube channel, we have everything. But when the lockdown came in, we couldn't reach teachers anymore, neither parents. So during the fellowship, our minds, before even the fellowship, we started posting work on our YouTube, on our Facebook pages, and our WhatsApp groups. And that work has benefited over 40,000 people. 40,000 people. And people, we have testimonies, well-documented testimonies, whereby parents call, they share photos about how their work, how our work has supported them. So it simply means through the pandemic, we have continued to be relevant to our cause. We might not be reaching people directly, but we are using the space of the online platform, the social media, free of charge, and we are reaching thousands of parents. And we have data for that. So you too, how has the lockdown sharpened your leadership destiny, and how is it benefiting you and benefiting others? So through again the lockdown, we also managed to come up with Teachers TV Africa, and with it we are reaching so many teachers. Now in our just a few weeks ever since we started, we have reached over 2,000 teachers and parents who are benefiting from the content that we post on our YouTube channel of Teachers TV Africa. And it's not a channel that is being used by only teachers in Uganda, but it is being used by teachers even beyond Uganda. And this is an idea that we developed again from the fellowship. So there are so many things that you will get from the fellowship. And the main thing that you will get from the fellowship, you will learn. And your leadership skills and your leadership skills and foundation will become very solid. And finally, submit before the deadline. Submit your application before the deadline. This is a mistake that most people do. A person wants to do everything in one day and submit them, like on the last day. You never know. During the last day, there might be a lot of traffic. So submit it 2 days or 3 days before the deadline to be on the safe side. And what is the deadline of this year? I think it is 15th. But simply because this information will be relevant for all people, even those ones who will come after us, or those ones, you can also use it here. And then, this is my belief. It might not be your belief, but this is my belief. Pray. Pray to God. Always pray. Because at the end of the day, it is God whom you are serving, at least to make the world a better place, to make it better than the way how we found it. So, may God read through your application. Before even anyone reads through it, put it before God and pray. Pray, 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 pray. That is the best way how even the person who will land on it Yes, you will find favor before the person who lands on your application. It doesn't mean that they should be prayerful like you. It doesn't mean that you should be extremely prayerful, but pray. Then, finally, before going, I remain as Teacher Peter Okware, the Director of Teachers in Need, Rising Star Preparatory School, and also Teachers TV Africa. Whether you are selected or you are not selected, just know it that you are already a winner. And it's not the end of the road. Even if you are not selected this year, kindly try next year. And at the end of the day, we have a lot to learn. Try to look for alumni within your community, whether even if you have not been selected, learn from them. They can share with you a lot of material. And then this is one thing that I've forgotten. While adding the links, most of us have so many Facebook pages. But what are you posting on your Facebook? Those are some of the things that they look at. So most of us have Facebook pages whereby what you're posting, it doesn't show that you're promoting your cause or you're promoting your cause. Kindly try to go through my Facebook page of Okware Peter and look at what I post. At least it will give you a clear image. Or go through Teachers TV Africa YouTube channel. Don't forget even to subscribe, like, and continue following it. There's a lot to learn from there. But also our Facebook page of Teachers in Need. And look at it. Look at the content that we post. Always be consistent. Even if when you're not selected today, whatever achievements, whatever work that you do, share it with the world. Not as showing off, but try to share it with the world. One time, one day, so many people will look for you through your work. So we thank you very much for your time. I'm Teacher Peter Okware, a 2021 Mandela Washington Alumni. If you have any questions, this is my contact, +256 774 42 6366. That is my contact. We also have an email. My email, you can find me on Teachers Teen, like that, at gmail.com. Then you can also reach me out on, this is on WhatsApp, the number. Then on Facebook, our platform is Teachers in Need. Teen. So kindly let us keep in touch. I'm ready, I'm here to help you, and I'm here to help anyone. Kindly go for it, apply. Whether people don't appreciate what you're doing in your community, it doesn't mean that it is not relevant. Apply, 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 and apply now. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you. Love you.